I'm going to teach you guys what a control file is. And in the previous video, I taught you guys what the SP file is, and the SP file stands for server parameter file. Now, the control file, the SP file is used. Actually, the SP file is used to start your database. However, the control file is actually used to mount your database, right? Now, it's super important that you understand how things work in the Oracle database startup sequence. So your database will first start, and then it mounts, and then it opens. Now, all these files are very critical for you opening a database. Now, the control file, the reason why these they go in sequence is because the control file cannot mount unless the SP file successfully starts. The reason being is because the control file's location is actually is inside the SP file. All right. So how do I know that? So I'm going to log into our database again. All right, and I do show parameter control file. Okay, so let me do show parameter control. Okay, you can type show parameter control. Right, as you can see, it says these are control files. Right, your database comes with at least, Oracle recommends that it comes with minimum 2 control files, but we always recommend to have minimum 3 control files. Right, so the control file is a binary file that's needed to do what? To mount the database. Now, why is this control file very important? Because inside of the control file is the location for both the data file and the redo log file. Does that make sense? So now let's go to our control file. This is the location right here. So I'm just gonna go here, and I'm just gonna cd, and I'm just gonna copy this. Right? Actually, I'm just gonna vi the file. And as you can see, you can't read anything into it. You can't, because it's a binary file, right? It's a binary file, right? But if I actually did want to see the contents of the control file, what I can do is I can manually create a control file, but it's called a trace file, right? So I do what? Alter database backup control file to trace as quote /home -oracle /control.ttl. Right? Oh, your database is not mounted. Okay, so let's do alter database mount. I'm going to open my database as well. Alter database open. So now let's rerun this command. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to recreate a static control file. It's a file that we can actually read the contents of it, right? So let's do that. So I'm just going to paste this. I'm going to do semicolon enter. Right, so I've created a control file called control.ttl in my tilde /home/oracle. Right, so now I'm going to exit. Now I'm just going to type ls. And this is the control.ttl. And now when I do vi space control.ttl, it gives me everything about my control file, right? So this is the control file, right? And it gives me the location for my redo log files. This group 1, 2, 3, and it gives me the location for what? The data file. So the control file is very important because without your control file, the Oracle database would not know exactly where the data files and the redo log files are in order for you to start your database. And you need these 2 files, the data file and the redo log file, to start to open your database. Make sense? All right. So that's why things they go in sequence. Remember, they go in SQL plus no mount and SQL plus mount and open. So it's no mount, and then open. All right. So again, your control file is a binary file that's needed for your database to mount, right? And you can create a static control file by this command right here: alter database backup control file to trace as slash home. I always like to put things in my slash home slash Oracle, and you can name this whatever you want to name it. All right. So control file is you need it to mount, and you can either create it as a static file, or you can leave it as the dynamic file that it normally comes in. All right. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.